How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Today we have Samantha and Chris from Frozen Soul. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, just kind of give us, or some of the people that might not know who y'all are, just a quick little introduction.
Uh, I'm Chris from Frozen Soul. I play guitar in Frozen Soul, if you don't know that.
Hi, my name's Samantha, and I play bass in Frozen Soul.
All right,
So yeah, hello.
cool. Um, so real quick, how did the name Frozen Soul come about? How was that the band name?
You want me to
Just
take it,
kind
Sam, or you want me to tell?
Well, it comes from a Metallica song, and we just
Mhm.
kind of went off of that. So
Yeah, it's from Trapped Under Ice by Metallica.
Okay.
It just sounded really sick, and Metallica rules, so we stole it.
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, that's a simple way to put it. Yeah, it's a great name. It plays out. I know that a lot of y'all's songs and just a lot of
the aesthetic.
themes in general incorporate that
Yeah,
cryptic ice, and super cool,
yeah,
super chill.
yeah, the theme kind of came with the name, and we just kind of run with it. And
Hmm.
it can mean a lot of different things, So as far as cold, how you want to,
Yeah.
make it.
For sure. Being from Texas, a state with rich metal history, how does that play into y'all's sound and your identity as a band?
Well, for me, I mean, plays in huge because we got a lot of big shoes to fill. I mean, there's always been a lot of great metal bands, punk bands, hardcore bands. So a lot of great music out of Texas in the underground. So it's an honor for us to try and like fill those shoes and carry it forward and best represented as we can. It's what we grew up with. So we gotta match.
Cool.
For sure.
mhm. Yep.
Sam,
Yup.
Sorry. With y'all's latest album, Glacial Domination, how did you feel that the band has evolved since y'all's debut of Crypt Device?
Sam, you want to take that one?
I think we've grown a lot as musicians since that record, and we kind of know how each other works
Mhm.
also during the writing process, and just like, we're a little more like advanced, I guess, after the last record, in terms of like songwriting and production and stuff. So I think we're just like getting better as we go along with each record.
Mhm.
So I think we've just grown a lot and stuff like that.
Cool.
For
Yeah,
sure.
we're getting closer to like realizing the full picture of Frozen Soul and stuff like that. Just pushing it and everything, trying to
Yeah.
be better at what we do.
Yeah.
Yes,
Growing
sir.
the chemistry between the band and everything.
Yeah.
Samantha, I heard that before y'all started playing together, you
Mm-hmm.
actually picked up the bass about 3 months before your first show. And so is that like, how do
Yeah.
you feel now saying
I feel
that?
a lot better now.
Yeah, the
It was,
confidence growing. I mean,
yeah.
Vicente and I actually saw you guys in Austin at
At
the Mohawk
Mohawks.
earlier last
Oh,
year.
sick.
Oh,
Oh
And
cool.
yeah,
so
love the
you
venue.
guys are super great performers. I mean, y'all's stage energy is something that we haven't seen. I mean, especially at that show, it was pretty wild. Everyone jumping on stage, doing flips off and everything. It was
Oh,
just,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it was
That was a good show. Yeah.
yeah, it was really fun. And so just seeing that energy come from you guys is something that inspires like a lot of people. And we look forward to seeing you guys again and seeing what y'all bring next.
Sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, we love playing Austin. We love playing in Texas.
Yeah,
for
That's the kind
sure.
of energy that Texas just brings to all shows. All good shows.
yeah.
For sure.
I mean, that was a really good lineup, that one. We were familiar with all bands. Worm Gloom or just Worm
Yeah,
is an amazing band. I mean, their stuff's very melodic, but
yeah. Very doomy too.
oh yeah.
It's like super heavy and
Hmm.
slow and shit. Yeah, they're
That was
sick.
it was really sick to see them and then Gate Creeper as well. We
Yeah.
recently Well, me and him have seen Gate Creeper quite a bit, but we're looking at getting with Eric, their guitar player, and doing an interview with
Yeah.
them as well.
Fuck
So we
yeah.
look
He's a
forward to
cool
that.
dude. Great
Yeah.
Creeper
Yeah, I mean,
rules.
y'all
We love him.
guys go together well, I'd say, both of those bands. Just
Hmm.
Yeah.
they play into each other. So,
Hell yeah. Yeah, we were stoked to do that tour. Us and Gate Creeper were actually supposed to go on tour back in 2020.
Oh, really?
But of course, fucking COVID fucked all that up.
yep.
And that tour didn't happen until 2024, 4 years later. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I'm glad we were able to come and see it, and
Yeah.
glad that y'all got to do it. Did y'all have Worm in mind to do that tour as like an opener,
Oh
or?
no, that's all Gate Creeper. They get to decide. That was their headlining tour. They just asked us to
Hmm.
direct support, so
Hmm.
they get to pick the bill. But that was a great choice because all those dudes are fucking awesome, and that band's
Hmm.
great too.
Yeah.
It was definitely a really cool opening to have. Definitely got you kind of into it and ready for that show. So I'm sure all that whole tour was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Chase kind of curates the lineups for Gate Creeper tours when they go out. Like I think the time before last I saw them, they had Fearing, that post punk band, on the tour, and they were sick. I never heard of them before then, and now I'm a fan.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. I've never heard of them either.
Yeah, they're Fearing. Yeah, really good post punk band from LA that Gate Creeper took out.
Hmm.
Well, what can we kind of expect from y'all next? Are y'all gonna probably take a break from touring and focus on the new album, or because we know y'all
Yeah.
tour steadily?
Yeah. I mean, right now we're off pretty much tour until October. I mean, we have like some out of town shows, like
Hmm.
with Lamb of God, just a fly out
Yeah,
show.
and Power Trip, right?
Yeah, and Power Trip. But we took off all the summer to write, and then we're gonna go record in August, and
Hmm.
we're gonna do the new record this summer.
Cool.
So we're
Are we
stoked.
gonna hear something different from this record, maybe a little bit, or kind of the same, or
Um, I don't know. I don't want to say the same because that's always kind of shitty. You
yeah,
don't want to just eat the same sandwich every day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely some different stuff, some really heavy shit. I think we're just kind of amplifying the points of the band
yeah,
that we love the most, the groove, the heavy aspects, and you know, we're kind of pushing on those elements a little bit more.
Cool.
for sure.
Will y'all be recording at a studio here in Texas, or is there a certain
No,
studio y'all stick with, or?
no, we're actually gonna be recording in Michigan this time
Okay.
around. Well, as of it looks right now, I think that's the final word recently. Is we're going with
Hmm.
this guy in Michigan.
Okay.
Um, he's done some pretty big bands. He's a really cool guy. He seems excited about it. He's called us several times, just hyped up about it. So I think that's the words we're going with this guy, but
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want
Cool.
to make that final call yet. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when it comes to like y'all's songwriting process, um, is it sort of like this is gonna be a different album? I heard that when y'all came out with y'all's first one, um, that Chad and Michael actually had a lot of stuff left over from what was the band End Times?
In
In
times.
times,
Yeah,
yeah.
End Times, and that y'all just like powered through that first album and knocked that out pretty quick. So did y'all's songwriting process kind of change? Like, how is it gonna look for this new upcoming album?
Um, with Cryptovice, yeah, we kind of did have to power through the record because we only had like 4 or 5 songs, and we needed
Hmm.
to get it done like within a month. And I had just joined the band, so we were up in the jam room until like 2 in the morning, like almost every night of the week after work,
Hmm.
writing and shit. And we use a lot of that, and then just other stuff we came up with. But the past 2 records, we've had a little more time to just like jam on stuff and everything. But now
Hmm.
with this one, it's getting back down to that crunch time window again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we always seem to work best when there's like pressure over us and we know
Hmm.
we got to get shit done. So we just fucking hammer it out. But we have been writing songs already for this new record.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
do y'all just kind of go based off of like y'all just start like playing riffs and just kind of build off of
Yeah.
that? Or
Yeah.
is there sometimes stuff that y'all have in mind like with Chad like lyric wise that a certain way he wants to go?
Uh, he doesn't usually come into mind with lyrics,
Hmm.
but he will listen to a song and he'll try and get a flow going, like for a vocal pattern.
Hmm.
And if the song isn't really uh, lending itself to a good pattern or vocal pattern, maybe we'll change the riff a little bit or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, we'll come in with riffs. Michael will come in and be like, "Hey, check this out," and then we'll just start building on it. And then we'll go back if we like it. We'll kind of edit it, change some parts, and do all that. We're not the kind of band that just like one guy writes everything at home and sends it to
Yeah.
everybody. He's like, "Here's the song." We collaborate a lot
Yeah.
still.
Which is really good to hear from bands. I mean, when you listen to bands that collaborate and have like a really good chemistry, you can hear balances between everybody. And
Yeah.
so it's just something that we hear in y'all's albums that just really kind of
It,
sets y'all apart.
it keeps it from every song sounding the same,
Hmm.
or too samey, I guess sometimes. But yeah, Sam, she'll have fucking riffs and stuff like that. Sometimes she'll be like, "Hey, let me see your guitar." Like grab a guitar and
Cool.
I had a curious question. What inspired you guys to cover Creature of the Will? Because I watched that YouTube video and it's so brutal and like it leaves a fucking impact. I just want to know who came up with that video idea and like
who
how that went
who said
down.
"Creature of the Will," Sam? I remember we were like, let's do a Rob Zombie or White Zombie cover, but who suggested "Creature of the Will"?
Chad wanted to do
Chad?
Soul Crusher, and I was like, let's
Oh
do
yeah,
Creature of the Wheel because it's really like the beginning was super heavy.
Yeah, it's
And then
sludgy.
we played it up at the jam space, and Michael's like, yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah,
yeah. Plus, it was like stupid easy to learn. I don't know if y'all can hear all
yeah.
these sirens going off, but there's some crazy going on in my neighborhood. But
It's all good.
I'm in my backyard. Y'all hear that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all good. It adds to it. It's all right, man. Don't worry about it.
yeah. But yeah,
Um,
the it was an easy song to learn too, which was fun. We just like to do covers,
mm,
for
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, y'all did Mandatory Suicide as well, and I mean that was super sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Do y'all see yourselves doing like another cover at some point just for fun or
Well,
I
we've
think so.
done Morbid Devourment by Entombed,
okay.
Mortician,
Witches
uh,
Coven. Yeah.
Witches Coven. Yeah, we did a Metallica song that I don't know if will ever get released, but it's fucking heavy as shit. It's crazy.
that would be cool to
Uh,
hear.
yeah.
We learned
Um,
a Motorhead song and we were
oh
going to
yeah,
record it, but we didn't end up doing that.
Hmm.
Um,
yeah. It was supposed to have been for Psycho Las Vegas, and then some shit happened with the record label signing off on it.
Well, what about
Yada
the
yada yada.
Metallica one? What song did y'all do? If y'all
The
can
thing that
say.
I'll say it, the thing that should not be
Which one?
isn't that what it's called? The thing that should not be.
The thing that should not
Yeah,
be.
Yeah, it's
for
it's a
sure.
really heavy, slow song.
Mm.
We were all like, "Oh, this is gonna be heavy," and then it was like 7 minutes long when we were recording. We were like, "Oh fuck, I don't know if we want to release this.
Yeah.
It's too long." I mean, it's the
Yeah.
riffs are fucking, but it's a slow trudge of a
Hmm.
song.
Sure.
Can y'all describe the feeling that you get when y'all play live? Y'all's energy is always crazy, but how does that translate to y'all? Do y'all feel like an immense pressure to keep that energy alive, or y'all just doing y'all?
we just
Sam?
kind of, I don't know. I don't feel any kind of like pressure really, but
No, me neither.
I feel like we need to be like giving it our all or
Yeah.
as much
Hmm.
as we can give every show. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like if we're not like sweaty and gross by the end of the set, I don't really feel like we played a set, I
Yeah.
guess, you know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't feel pressure either. I just want to have fun with people. That's
Hmm.
why I love playing music, and I've always played bands. Is just because I like to connect to people and have fun and rock out, and like
Yeah,
share that connection, and that makes me feel fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Just having fun with people and seeing them have fun from the shit that we're doing for them.
for sure. Hell yeah. When it comes to shows, we're talking about Texas. I know that y'all love to play in Texas. What's one of y'all's most memorable shows here? Or just areas to play in, venues to play at? I know I heard there was a venue in Dallas that in like the Fort Worth area that Michael and Chad were saying was their favorite, and I can't recall the name right now, but
Probably the Echo.
the Echo.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's in Dallas.
What about you guys?
That's
What
it.
are y'all's personal favorites to play at?
Uh, well, I mean, I love playing all over Texas, but obviously Dallas Fort,
Hmm.
Austin, San Antonio, Houston. Those are the major cities.
Hmm.
White Oak Music Hall in Houston's one of my favorite venues.
Yeah.
Mohawk Sick in Austin. Sucks. There's not a whole lot left in Austin these days as far
Yeah.
as mid-sized venues. And then San Antonio is great. Paper Tiger is like always
Yep.
fucking rad.
Yeah.
Every time we play down there, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. That
Up
venue's
here,
really sick.
there's a few different venues I like.
Hmm.
But as far as where we normally play with the band, it's probably like the Echo, where we have Wrecking Ball Metal Madness every year.
Hmm.
They're really cool people there. My friend is the general manager. And shit, he's an old crust punk grindcore dude that's
Hmm.
now the manager there. So yeah, we always have a ton of fun when we play there.
Oh yeah. Um,
Um, what was it like stepping onto a stage like Sonic Temple for y'all? Something so big. I mean, how did y'all feel in that moment?
Sam?
Um, I felt good. I was like,
Yeah.
that was like a great day. That was like the best day of tour, honestly.
Mhm.
The weather was awesome and I just felt good. I got to see all my friends before we played um and we had a fucking badass set. So it was just super sick. So I don't get nervous or anything really anymore, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have fun. It's
Yeah,
just a
for
good
sure.
Yeah.
time. Sonic
It
Temple
was
was
a
sick.
it was a totally sick show, a totally sick day, and it felt kind of to me that whole day just kind of felt like playing a European festival because the
Yeah.
vibes were so like relaxed and chill, and everybody was badass.
Hmm.
And plus, the stage we played, it was like all of our friends were on that stage,
Yeah.
so it was like it actually was a giant party. I think we went through like
Yeah.
3 or 4 bottles of vodka, about 100 beers, and just fucking destroyed the place
It
with
was
200
crazy.
stab wounds and maul. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a great day.
Or
Do y'all prefer the bigger stages or the smaller venues?
I
Uh,
like I like smaller venues personally, just because of like the interaction with, you know, people coming to the show and stage diving and shit like that. But the big
yeah,
stages are also really sick to play on, you know.
yeah. I'd say they both have their pluses and minuses.
For
Small rooms and
sure.
small stages obviously are the sickest when, especially when there's no barricades. Everybody's just going
Yeah.
fucking ham.
yeah.
But there's also something to playing like a big stage where you're playing in an arena and you're playing in front of thousands of people. That's a
Mhm.
different vibe too. It feels a
Yeah.
little more disconnected.
Yeah.
It definitely, I would say if you're gonna get nervous, it's more nervous to play in a small room than a giant room, which
Yeah.
it seems like it wouldn't be, but it is because you're kind of
Just up close and
disconnected from
personal.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And then y'all have been compared to the likes of Bolt Thrower and Obituary. How does that sound influences Frozen Souls sound?
Definitely the double bass work. You can hear
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, you can.
And the groove. Both of those bands have massive groove. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious,
Yeah.
you know. And some harmonies, definitely like the harmonies, the melodic stuff we get from Bolt Thrower. We like that kind of shit. Yeah, Bolt Thrower rules, and so does Obituary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, both amazing, amazing bands.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll see a cover from one of those from y'all sometime soon. That would be really sick to see.
yeah. People have been wanting us to do a Bolt Thrower cover forever. Obviously,
Hmm.
for a while, personally, I've been kind of against it. I'm like, it's too on the nose. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
nah, I
Do
can't give
something
them what they
different,
want.
mix it
Fuck
up,
that.
and then
Yeah, we're gonna cover something else. We're gonna do Slayer.
yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. But nah, I think eventually we might for fun. I mean, we know their riffs and stuff, and sometimes we sound check a little bit of that.
Hmm.
But who knows? We'll see.
Oh, it's cool. So, outside of music, what are some of y'all's other passions or interests? Chris, you were just telling us about, video games, just chilling, playing games.
Yeah,
Uh, Sam, I know that you have a tattoo studio in Dallas.
Hmm.
Um, but outside of those, games as well, Magic the Gathering is a big one within the band. I'm sure. I mean, we've seen people playing Magic the Gathering in pits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just how did that kind of come apart for you, Sam? How did that come in? And Chris, just games has it always been like a part of your life? Just tell us about
Yeah,
it.
we'll let Sam go first.
Um, well, Magic is kind of special for this band because that's kind of how me, Chad, and Michael met.
Hmm.
Um, and it kind of went from there. We met at a local gaming store, playing Magic actually, and so that was cool. And so that's just kind of been like a ongoing thing that we've, at least us three, have played that. And then there was like a viral video at I think it was Wrecking Ball of some people playing Magic in the pit,
Hmm.
and so that just kind of became a thing. Like after that, so that's super sick. I also play like hella video games all the time. I like Overwatch, and uh, right now I'm playing Hearthstone Battlegrounds because I'm trying to get like
I like
Like
Hearthstone.
a
That shit's
lot.
fun.
She plays it 24/7, like when we're on
look,
tour.
look.
You're
I'm
like
trying
top
to get.
5% or something,
It's
aren't
a
you?
good game.
Something crazy.
I think I'm like in the top 20th percentile, like because of my
Damn.
rating in the
Hmm.
world or whatever. But I've only been playing it for like a couple months, so I'm like really trying to grind on it right now. So
Yeah. And do you play Overwatch or Overwatch 2? Didn't they shut the servers down for Overwatch?
yeah, I cried when that
So,
happened. That was my favorite game. But yeah, Overwatch 2, they have a new game mode out called Stadium, and that's
yeah.
pretty fun, I guess. But
Who do you
um,
main?
do what?
Who do you main in Overwatch 2?
Usually Zarya or Diva. I'm like a tank normally.
Mm,
But I can play whatever. But yeah, I play that like passively and just I'm thinking about getting back into WoW. Um,
okay.
but I don't know yet.
You play
But
hardcore WoW or like classic?
probably WoW Classic. I haven't played
Mm,
in probably 15 years, so but
been
it's
a
been
while.
enticing me for some reason lately. I don't know why.
Just hop back into it. I mean, it's something
I
you can
might.
always go through. I mean, I played classic for a little bit, but there's so much into that game. Like I tried playing that
Yeah.
and like Diablo, and
Hmm.
it's not my vibe. I
Yeah,
tried so hard
Diablo's
to get into it.
Man,
same.
if I had time to get into an MMO, I would do it. I mean,
Hmm.
I play games and stuff still, but I'm more of a casual gamer these days. Back in the day, I was like hardcore, like MMO, WoW
Hmm.
and EverQuest, like all those fucking MMOs and shit. But these days, you can't find the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
for
was
me, I was gonna say other shit that I'm into. Um, really, it's just the main thing I do is music, like consuming music, listening to music,
yeah.
listening to different, going to shows, playing different styles of music. That's the main thing I do.
And then
I
did
got
y'all
a
ever play
what?
RuneScape? Like
Oh yeah,
old
yeah. In
school?
computer class, yeah, I
Oh
used to
my
play that
God.
shit all the time.
That took so many hours of my life away,
Yeah,
but well
You have
worth
Fire
it.
Cape, bro?
No. I I I started playing in high school and then slowly throughout like college I would try and hop in, but it's such a grind
Yeah.
that it's like,
yeah,
man, I had to put this on like the back burner. But yeah, that's cool. That's a dope ass game as well.
yeah.
Hell
It's a
yeah.
lot of those games like that. Like Sam and Chad and them used to play Ark,
Mm,
Oh yeah.
ARK,
Yeah.
and that's a sick game too. But man, you got to spend so many hours like grinding shit out. It's like I just don't got the time.
yeah.
Arc ruined my life. I think Chad has like over 3,000 hours in the original Arc. He like was obsessed with that game to an
Yeah.
alarming degree. But yeah, that was probably like one of my top five favorite games of all time. Arc was until they kind of ruined it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. At least you got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Uh, could I get like a top five games from y'all?
Shit.
Ooh,
With like across
okay.
everything.
Everything.
Well, I would say the Baldur's Gate trilogy. I
Hmm.
love Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 a lot when I was a kid. That Ultima Online, which I don't know if y'all remember that. That was one of the
Mm-mm.
first MMORPGs back in the 90s. That game was fucking awesome. It was like full loot. When you died, somebody could take all your shit. You live in the
Yeah.
world. There was like real consequences, for committing crimes and shit. That game was awesome. What's some other games I go back to? Oh, the Neverwinter Nights series. I don't know if
I
you
did
remember
play
those.
that as well.
Yeah, BioWare. Same people that made Baldur's Gate and
Hmm.
stuff. Those are great. Hmm. Trying to think of a different RPG. Well, I mean, like Skyrim and shit like that. Obviously, I think it's goated at this point. The Fallout's
Hmm.
Yep.
Did you play the Oblivion remastered yet?
not yet. No, I haven't played it yet. I didn't even play the original Oblivion, so I was kind of like
Oh, really?
stoked to look at it. But I think I need to do some upgrades on my computer.
It's I I've been playing it on, I don't know. I think this would be a great product for y'all, but I also don't want to just shout them out without anything, but I don't care.
What is
Um,
it?
the Steam Deck. I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
guys,
yeah, I have
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you playing
Bad
Oblivion on Steam
ass.
Deck?
Yeah, and I mean it runs at 60 frames per second, so it
See,
runs
everything I
really good on it.
really, because
Yeah.
everything I've been watching online, like reviews, says it's trash on Steam Deck and shouldn't be verified.
No, it's
That's mainly when I play now Steam Deck because I'm so like
yeah.
casual and like maybe at the end of the night pick it up and play for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it runs really good except for what if you're like on horseback, it'll kind of shoot down to like 30 and it might
No,
fluctuate, but combat and everything like that, it's not bad. I mean,
yeah,
with
Sam's got a
with
Steam Deck too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
We
The
those
usually bring
things
them.
necessity,
have come in clutch for me.
especially on the road, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I usually bring my gaming laptop just cause, but
Hmm.
um
yeah.
uh
Michael brings his Asus ROG or whatever. His
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's like the computer version of a Steam Deck, or I
Hmm.
guess they're both computers, but Windows version.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. But Sam,
should I say
top five?
my top 5 favorite
For
games?
sure.
Yeah, of course we want to hear.
Okay. I'm pulling up my Steam right now. So Magic the Gathering, of course, Arena.
Hmm.
Um I played a shitload of Killing Floor 2 when that came out. I have like
Yeah.
almost 400 hours in that game.
Hmm.
Um, the first arc and the second arc, um, and Overwatch. And now, God,
Hearthstone.
I've probably got over like 4,000 hours in Overwatch. Is
God.
and then now I'm hitting over like 350 hours for Hearthstone Battlegrounds. So
Hmm.
that's up there. So that's like top 6, I guess.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
On the music side, do y'all collect vinyl?
Yeah, yeah. I have
And
a
y'all prefer vinyl
pretty
tapes or
decent selection.
CDs?
I prefer tapes now because they're
Hmm.
easier to transport and take back home and stuff.
Yeah, I collect both. Tapes, vinyl.
Do y'all
Not so
have
much. Not so much CDs. I
do
have a
y'all
lot
have
of
like
7 inches.
a holy grail that y'all own?
Mm,
Uh, I mean, just
Or
from
a
like my
favorite, or
my.
even just a favorite?
I mean, I'd have to go dig around there, but I got some like old punk shit that means a lot
Hmm.
to me. Which most people don't know anything about.
What's
Like some
kind of
old
your
Jap.
like favorite punk bands from back?
Oh, I'm super into like Japanese hardcore punk and like Swedish hardcore punk and so I'm not so much into like American bands and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But like one of my prized possessions is a Judgment 7 inch. This Japanese like hardcore punk band.
Hmm.
They play certain styles called Burning Spirits. And that's the name of the genre, and it fucking rips. It
Word. So,
rules.
have you heard of Cruelty? It's a Tokyo
Yeah,
death punk band. I got
yeah, yeah,
them on right now. They were just in Austin as well.
yep,
Austin and Houston, but shit, I miss
yeah. They're
them.
over here quite a bit.
Hmm. So I'll see
Yeah,
them next time they come.
I would like to talk to those dudes about that Japanese style stuff that I like. I feel like they would know about it, but like a lot of people over here, unless you're like really into hardcore punk shit, you probably don't know
Hmm.
about it. It's cool stuff though.
Oh yeah. Um,
Sure.
so for y'all stages, we were just talking about it earlier. Y'all shows are super hectic, super intense. A lot of at the smaller shows, a lot of interaction with just fans and people in general. What's kind of the funniest or craziest thing that's happened at one of y'all shows?
Sam, do you remember anything off the top of your head?
Chad's
I
probably gonna
remember.
get mad at me for saying it, but he
Oh god.
he no, not that. I know what you're
Oh, okay,
thinking.
okay,
No,
okay. I was about to say,
no,
good lord.
We were at this we played it was not a very good show or venue, but we played This Is Hardcore and last year,
Oh yeah.
and he just absolutely ate shit on the stage. Like he just tripped and fell, and I was like, good God. Like I thought he like broke his ankle or something, but he got right back up, and that's like it
Oh,
was
dude,
funny
I
to me, but
dude, I
Yeah.
I fucking totally ate shit in San Antonio on that
yes, you
Amon
did.
Amarth tour. So they have these like ego riser things on stage that you can stand on, and
Yeah.
we'd always get up on them every night because there wasn't much room on the stage.
Hmm.
But they move usually the monitors like on the sides of them or right up next to it. Well, they
Yeah.
moved the monitor like 3 or 4 feet behind it, like behind me, and I didn't
Mhm.
realize it. So I was up on there and I stepped off and I stepped back and fucking tripped right over
Damn. Yeah.
shit, but it's like lay there and kept playing and then got up. I was like, God damn it.
Was that at the Boeing Center, right?
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay, I because I remember seeing that announcement with Amon Amarth. That was
yeah.
couldn't make that one. Super sick though.
Yep,
And now
Cannibal
I wish
Corpse
I
and
did. That would have been
yeah.
Oh, that was an awesome show. That was an
mhm.
amazing tour, man. That tour was
Yeah,
sick.
that was a great tour.
Yeah. Have
Do y'all have a favorite song to perform live?
I like doing a lot of them. Most of
yeah.
them, I don't know. Crypt of Ice is always fun because we know it's the last song.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that breakdown's heavy as shit.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
playing Witch's Coven because it's always like you know, I come in, me and Matt come in first, and so it's like,
Hmm.
people who know the song like usually go nuts for it, and it's
Hmm.
super fun to play.
I,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it is a fun one.
Crypt is really fun because we're like, it's almost over. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're done. Phew,
yeah, we're done.
we made it.
cool. If your band could perform in any historical era, when and what would it be?
The Ice Age.
Nice.
Like some Sid the Sloth shit.
Yeah. No, I'd be sick to play in like the 80s, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
With just like, an early version of Death or some,
a
Morbid Angel or
rowdy ass
somebody,
era.
Cannibal Corpse. Yeah. When like death metal was still like heavily thrash influence.
Yeah,
And then we would play the bill and we're all like super mid tempo and heavy as fuck. I just wonder how that would go. Like it'd
Hmm.
probably be crazy.
for sure.
Like 84.
84 specific. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just yeah.
Sam, you?
If you could travel to witness any concert in history, what would you choose?
Hmm. I don't know, Sam. You got a good one for
Um, there was a tour. I think it was back in the '90s, and it was like Pantera and White Zombie, and I think I want to say Typo Negative was like on or around that bill, or they did some shows with them, and I would like probably give my left nut if I had one to see that show back in that era, especially.
that? Yeah. Yeah, maybe like in 90, like going to catch the Grind Crusher tours, like Carcass,
Yeah,
Napalm Death, Bolt Thrower. I think Morbid Angel too was on that tour. Like that would be a fucking sick ass show to see.
Yeah.
for sure.
Um, y'all were just talking about Wrecking Ball, and I heard that y'all used to play in like a Texas festival called Chaos and Tejas.
Uh-huh.
Um, is
Well,
there
Frozen
gonna
Soul didn't, but our other bands, yeah, in the
yeah,
past.
is there gonna be something like that again in the works, hopefully?
Yes. Yeah, we're trying to get this year's planned out right now.
Hmm. Where
So
do
yeah.
y'all think y'all would do that at? Did y'all have like anywhere? I
Are you talking
mean,
about wrecking? Are you talking about Wrecking Ball or doing like a Chaos and Chaos style thing?
like a Chaos and Tejas will be there.
Oh
Would it be like a
no,
resurgence?
we don't. I mean, we only have plans for Wrecking Ball, which
Hmm.
is just kind of more like a 1 or 2 day at the same venue type of event. I would
Hmm.
love to do Chaos and Chaos because Chaos, back in Austin back then, everything was still over on Sixth Street, for the
Yeah.
most part. So you could the bands were all playing at different venues and like different genres of bands, so you could easily walk and get to them. Now in Austin, everything's so spread out everywhere. It's kind
Yeah.
of hard. Deep Ellum here in Texas, there's a
Hmm.
few venues that are pretty close that we could try and do it at. I would love to. It'd take a lot of coordination and then getting all the different venue owners to agree to and like
Yeah.
everything else, you know. I don't know. For me, if I wanted to, if I was going to do it, I would love to do a mix of like metal, punk, you
Hmm.
know, grind, like just post punk, goth, synthwave, like a mix of like all the different shit we like, black metal, like
For
Oh
kind
yeah.
sure.
of just make it a big music fest,
Are there
kind of like levitation.
Yeah.
are
I
there
guess
So
any
that's something y'all would know.
no,
there
they're
go ahead.
actually. I just saw the announcement for
Yeah,
today
they
for
just announced a
Levitation.
new one. Yeah, it looks good. The lineup's
Yeah,
cool.
Acid's playing that, so we want to go
Yeah.
try to catch them, but we'll see.
Uh, what were you gonna say, bro?
I was gonna say, are there any smaller bands out of your area, like in Fort Worth, that y'all would want to mention by chance that people
Yeah.
might not know about?
Yeah. Check out Brain Matter.
Yeah,
Check
I was
out
about
Myth Carver. Check out Brain Injury Unit. Check out Griffey Now. Check out Barricade. Check out Repulse. Fucking goddamn Dysmorphia. There's a billion fucking really good bands right now.
Mhm.
hmm
Tyrant's Might. I don't know what else, Sam. What am I missing?
it pretty much said everything that I was gonna say. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like right now.
Yeah, I know there's a
Uh,
lot of bands coming out all the time. It's hard to keep up with that new
yeah.
wave of music. You got to really be in tuned and always like on the lookout. Um, that's something we're looking for, and that's why we
Yep.
ask.
We're trying to get recognition for some people that are trying to make it, that
Yeah,
might
yeah,
not
no,
get the
totally.
attention that they actually deserve,
Yeah,
Well, definitely check out those bands where I'm telling you about because
for
they're all
sure.
fucking sick and they can all do whatever they want because they're good bands.
yeah.
For sure.
Um, this is pretty much like the end. I mean, those are all of our questions that we kind of have laid out. Um, is there anything that you want to plug, social media things that people or viewers can just reach out to y'all, check y'all's guys' stuff out, other things, other platforms, anything like that that y'all want to share?
Sam.
Um, I'm trying to start up my YouTube shit, so I'm gonna be while we're home releasing more like stuff for that and like long form videos and some other crap. So
Mhm.
it's just Sam X Mob on YouTube, and
Okay.
I might do some gaming shit at some point coming up and stuff like that. But other than that, we're just gonna be working on the record really. So I don't really have anything to plug except for our next show, which I think is in like September or
Yeah,
some
September
shit.
25th.
That's the
Yeah.
Lamb of God one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
gotcha.
don't really do any much social media stuff. It's sort of
Mhm.
just like Instagram. So I ain't
Yeah.
got much to plug, but check out the band, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on and talking with us, showing out, showing love for the community, and
Yeah,
just
for sure.
having a good time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Hell
Anytime.
yeah.